Hello, Internet. Today I wanted to talk about motorcycling. I've always loved motorcycles since the minute I threw a foot over a motorcycle, which was 18, because my parents would not let me own a motorcycle. And I'm kind of reluctant to share with people my love for motorcycles, especially students or other people in my life, because I would hate for them to get on a motorcycle and get hurt. It's definitely a dangerous sport. It's a dangerous activity. However, there's a lot of benefits from it, like lane sharing, and it just opens your life up to other things that you may have not have saw before. It's just another aspect of life, and for some people, they really enjoy it, like myself. But I wanted to kind of show this video of best practices that if you are going to throw a leg over a motorcycle, what are some things to consider? And I've been riding for a really long time now, and I still remind myself of these things. And I think it's the reason why I have very few accidents, especially on the street. Uh, so I want to start off with just the things that your mom probably nags you about when you drive a car, which is don't drink and drive, don't text and drive. And if you are going to ride on a motorcycle, make sure you're wearing full gear. That means boots, pants, jacket, helmet. I can't believe that there's still some states without helmet laws, but we'll save that for another video. I mean, that's your brain that you're investing in that thing all the time. Why would you ride a motorcycle without a helmet? That just doesn't make sense to me. But I also believe that full gear is really important. Go online right now and Google road rash, and you'll see really quickly why it's important to wear gear when you ride. Now for the kind of the tips, the best practices. Number one is most accidents happen within a mile of your home. And the reason being is that's when you're the most confident, the most cocky, you've been around those roads before, and that's when a car is either going to pull out in front of you, or you're going to hit a slippery spot, maybe some oil or some water. So be careful. Even if you're within so close to your home, that's actually when you want to be just as alert as you were the whole time. The second thing is stretching your eyes, your mind, and warming your tires. So stretching your eyes, I've made a video on that. You should watch it. I think it's really great, especially for motorcycling. It helps with your peripheral vision, which is where a lot of your vision comes from. The second thing is your tires. DOT tires for a street bike tend to warm up actually fairly quickly. Where a race tire will take a much longer time to warm up, but still it's going to take a minute or two, depending on how you're riding, maybe even more, to get that tire up to temperature. Let me share with you a story. When I had the CBR 600 F4, I just put brand new tires on it, and brand new tires are extremely slippery, and you do not want to turn and gas very quickly on a fresh set of those. You want to make sure they're warmed up and get them scrubbed in first. However, I was a new rider at the time. I was on a 600, my first kind of fast bike, and I pulled out of my driveway right after mounting brand new tires, and I just remember the thing just falling flat down, low-sided, so quick. I don't even remember how fast it went down. Luckily, I wasn't going very fast, like 5-10 miles per hour, but the bike fell so quickly, I was just in shock. And that was a learning lesson for me, not only with new tires, but when you're first starting out, get some heat into those tires. And this is a two-way win, because when you get heat in your tires, you're also letting your brain work up to it as well. You're warming up your brain, because your brain gets to kind of feel the motorcycle, feel the throttle, get working on the brakes, and gets you into the mindset of riding. So warm up the brain, warm up the tires. Thirdly or fourthly, I don't know what tip we're on now, is going into a parking lot once a month or once every other month and practicing skills that you would learn at the motorcycle safety school, which is emergency braking, especially on your front brake. Your motorcycle, depending on what it is either going to have phenomenal braking or medium braking, but whatever the case is, you have limited traction and limited amount of brake pressure that you can apply without locking up the brakes or without falling. And it's really good to at least get within 10% of the limit of that, because what happens when a deer runs in front of you or a car runs in front of you, it just pulls out, you might need to just grab a handful of brakes. And if you don't know how hard you can brake, you're more likely to tuck the front, or you're going to Indo, where you literally fall over the front of the bike, or you're going to lock up the brake and the brakes aren't going to be working at all, and you're just going to go straight into wherever your trajectory was. So find out where the limits are on your brakes, as well as turning skills, like U-turn skills, like turning at a really slow speed, turn in, All these little really basic skills, even though I've been riding for 15 plus years, I still practice these skills every time I get on a bike, or at least once a month or so to remind myself. Because although some of this becomes muscle memory, it's still important because when that emergency situation does come, you'll be ready for it. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you could, please like and subscribe. If you do have any questions, please comment below. Motorcycling can be very rewarding, but be careful, be smart, and enjoy the ride.